Hello, my name is Matt. Welcome to another episode of Unbearable 73, proud member of Team Sauron. Recently on Screenrant, I read an article about an interview with Robert Aramayo, who plays Primarond, or Elrond in Amazon's Prime. And in that article, Mr. Aramayo compared and contrasted his character with Elrond in the Third Age, particularly as portrayed by Hugo Weaving in the new Lord of the Rings movies. Now, I could quibble about and bring up some issues about how Elrond's portrayed in the movie versus the actual lore, but at least Peter Jackson was fairly close to the book and he was attempting to be respectful of it. In the article, which I've linked below in the description from Screenrant, Mr. Aramayo contends that his Elrond is different from Third Age Elrond in that he is younger, less experienced, and therefore less mature. So let's see a quote from Mr. Aramayo here. I grew up with those movies, and I love his performance, and I think it's natural for people to compare the performance. But right now, Elrond's a very young elf with so much to go before we get to the Council Elrond in the Fellowship of the Ring. He's lived through so many defeats that by that point that I was excited to just start with this young elf, who still has a lot to learn. That felt like an exciting place to begin. He's going to live thousands and thousands of human lifetimes until he gets to that point. It's clear that he has either not read the books or is ignoring them. And to be honest, he's kind of ignoring the movies, but whatever. What the lore says about Elrond. Everything we know indicates that Amazon cannot do something contrary to the existing lore, the existing books. Elrond was born in the First Age in the year 532. When the One Ring was, the First Age ended about 150 years after that, so like First Age 640 or so. When the One Ring was forged in the lore, Elrond's about 1,700 years old. That would be about Second Age 1,600 or so. When Numenor sunk in Second Age 3,200, Elrond was 3,200 years old. And when the last alliance between men and elves formed and Sauron was defeated at the end of the Second Age, Elrond's around 3,500 years old. Now, I know Rings of Prime is drastically compressing the events of the Second Age, but they can't actually change the length of the Second Age or the year Elrond was born. This means that Elrond is at least 1,700 years old, potentially 3,300 years old during this show. So where does that leave us? Does Robert Aramayo really think that Elrond was still an immature and inexperienced person lacking confidence when he was either 1,700 or 3,300 years old? Is this a lack of intelligence on his part or a lack of knowledge of the setting? I would like to think that Mr. Aramayo is not an idiot, so then are we left with one of two possibilities. Either he's being disingenuous, meaning that he knows what he's saying is total crap, or he really thinks that the character was between 1,700 and 3,300 years old, a veteran of the wars of the First Age, the smaller scale but more frequent wars of the Second Age, and who has experience in politics, life, and many other things. He thinks that character is immature. So here's where that leaves us. And thanks to Adam the Renaissance Nerd, who on episode 3 of This Is Mortar Country had a very astute comment, which finally made me realize the fundamental problem with this show. It's not the horrible acting. It's not the woke crap. It's not even the blatant spitting in the face of Professor Tolkien. When Adam called this show's Galadriel a Karen, and then I read this article, it finally came together in my head. The fundamental problem with this show, why it will never succeed, is that when the showrunners created this mess, their outline of each of these characters, combined with how the actors have chosen to portray them, make them uninteresting or, in the worst cases, fundamentally unlikable. Galadriel is a Karen. She wanders from scene to scene, simply demanding with an angry scowl that people do whatever she wants. If you put a cell phone in her hand recording people, you can pretty much imagine the image would be perfect. Elrond's a blank slate. No intensity, no sense of feeling fiercely about anything, no sense of it being a source of calmness or strength. Arondir is a bland mess who literally is an NPC, a character who exists solely to be a plot point. The Heartfeeder are a despicable group of sociopaths based on the last episode or two. I can go on, but for the first 4 episodes, I think you get the point. This show is doomed to fail before they even scripted out the plots and storylines for the episodes, because the characters they put together to draw us in and drew these storylines, instead they may not even want to watch or care, and that's pretty much the saddest thing of all. A show based on one of the most readable, enjoyable, and interesting legendarians of all time is unwatchable and boring. Thanks for watching my video. Smash the like button if you liked it. Hit the dislike if you disliked. If you'd like to help me out, please share the video. I'm Matt. This has been another episode of Unbearable 73. Have a nice day, and I am out of here.